and welcome to the Sweet and Swoony Romance Audiobooks channel. My name is Ellie Hall, and I am a Sweet and Swoony Romance author. And this is my second video newsletter. I did one a couple weeks ago, and sharing author news, book news, featured books, featured authors, and new releases, which today I have a brand new release that I'm so excited to share with you. The title of the book is called Happily Ever Haunted, and it is a romantic comedy and paranormal romance mashup. So some of you may know that I go by E Hall for the paranormal romance. So you can check out those audiobooks here. And I kind of decided to do a mashup of the two. So there's a total of 6 of us, and we decided to do this for fun this time of year, spooky season, the sort of fall vibes. And so I'm going to read you the description of my book, and here we go. So, I fell in love with a ghost. Yes, from my past, and I just can't seem to forget about him. They say it's bad luck for a black cat to cross your path. One has been telling me for days, but it didn't start there. Years ago, I was trapped in a rail car for 24 hours. Also, I accidentally shattered 2 mirrors and got struck by lightning once. But I finally caught a break, not of the mirror variety. I'm traveling to Concordia to get the big scoop on supposed paranormal activity out there. Think Bigfoot, werewolves, and their very own version of Nessie. I'm skeptical, but the only thing that could derail this trip is if I get stuck on the train again. Sidebar, looking back, it wasn't all bad. I met the most handsome and charming guy that day. We talked for hours and hours, and I fell in love. For real. Then he ghosted. I've been chugging through life ever since. Not to sound dramatic, but I can't shake the feeling that Burton was the one. In a fit of courage, or stupidity, I emailed him about my upcoming trip. The reply was dry. Seems he's become quite the grump, but that's nothing my sunny personality can't fix. I'm convinced the lightning blast boosted its wattage. There's just one problem. It turns out Burton actually is a ghost, a prince cursed to haunt the train until he finds his first true sweetheart. They say lightning can't strike twice, but can love? If so, I wouldn't say no to a hauntedly ever after. So this is a flirty and funny paranormal romantic comedy that blurs the lines between reality and fantasy. This is a standalone, clean romance that gets silly and provides a bridge between Ellie Hall's contemporary and romantic comedy novels and her pen name E Hall's 3 paranormal romantasy series. So you can find the audiobooks of those 3 series right here on this channel. I kind of combined the 2. Some people keep their pen names a secret. I just decided to yeet it and go for it. So right here on my channel, you'll find the 3 series. The first one, Court of Crown and Compass, and it's Fae. It's 4 sisters, and they go on an adventure in each of the 4 books. They each have their own book. They each have their own romance thread, and they have to break a curse. And then the next one is RIP, or R.I.P., Paranormal Romance Academy, and it's kind of a play on like the Academy series that were very popular for a while, but takes place in one where there's magic. And books ought to be read consecutively, so there's 3 of them in the series, and they follow one character and a love interest and their adventures. And then the last series is called the Wolf Shifter Diaries, or the Shifter Diaries, and that is, I like to say, for fans of Teen Jacob from Twilight. I was a big Twilight fan, and I like both Edward and Jacob, but for those of you who wanted a little more from the Wolves, I wrote this series, and these also are best read in order. They follow a couple and kind of their fated life to be together, where they're star-crossed lovers and all that. So anyway, those are my 3 series. You can listen to the audiobooks right here on my YouTube channel, or you can get your copies in ebook format or in paperback. And yeah, so I'm going to read to you the first chapter from Happily Ever Haunted, shifting gears just a little bit again after I mentioned my paranormal and fantasy romance books, in case you're in the mood for that genre. This is like October, kind of, sweater weather, and you want to get cozy with something a little bit spooky, but not too spooky. Like, I keep it very, very mild. Okay, so the first chapter of Happily Ever Haunted. Here we go. Scarlet. Sometimes I want to knit myself into a cozy blanket and just read for the rest of my life. Now is one of those times. I've been pounding the pavement for a job, something, anything to pay the bills. When asked about my qualifications, I can't rightly claim that I'm collaborative, know how to use the latest computer software, or am particularly good at solving problems. If that were the case, I wouldn't be in this predicament. See, I'm a mystery writer, but have inked my way into a corner with my plot and cannot find my way out. Story of my life. Well, at the moment, I was doing well, reaching readers and selling books, and then I fell in love. Well, I realized that I'm in love. It's one of those long-distance, unrequited cases. Very unfortunate and sad, really. My skills lie in being detail-oriented, self-motivated, and patient, but that won't pay my bills, and rent is due in a week. I can write all day. I'm a morning person, unlike my roommate. I can read all night. Lucky me, it's a requirement of my profession. The next day I'll wake up annoyingly perky. Okay, I only read half the night, but still. The problem is I've become unemployable. When I explain that I've been creating and solving mysteries for the last 5 years, my potential employers give me the look. You know the one, the kind that suggests that I spend far too much time alone. I should probably get a cat. No one wants to hire me in retail because my basic attire consists of leggings and oversized t-shirts. Except right now, it's sweater weather and I am here for it. Bring on the chunky, the cable knit, and the scarf-like necklines. Love them all. Food service jobs aren't interested in having me on their staff because I live on bowls of cereal. Not that my diet matters much to my prospective employers, but it's a polite way of saying that I'm not the best candidate to tell you whether your sirloin is under or overcooked. I'm probably the reason menus have a cautionary message at the bottom. Back to the writing part. My deadline for my latest book came and went on the wind. Even if I do fill my plot hole, my editor is now booked for the next few months. I don't want to let down readers, but these things can't be forced. The members of Scarlet's Reading Squad sleuths are smart and perceptive. The payoff matters, so they'll be disappointed if the town librarian and beloved character Mr. McNally is caught red-handed and with the socket wrench. It wasn't him, and they know it. But the question remains, who done it? I don't know. That's the problem. Bottom line, I need some quick cash. If I had anything of value aside from my laptop, I'd sell it. If I owned a car, I'd deliver pizza. If I were more resourceful, I'd have a side hustle. But I cannot seem to figure out how to get around the problem with Mr. McNally and his pesky Pomeranian. He and the librarian cat are not friends, by the way. I need a solution, and that doesn't involve waiting tables, upturning tables. My villains can get mighty dastardly, or turning the tables on my sleuth Devin Turkey, and forever losing the possibility of him and the love interest A.C. Westmacott finding their happily ever after. So I need a paying job, like yesterday. So that was chapter 1, and it's alternating point of view. So the first chapter is told by the main female character, Scarlet, and then the alternating chapter would be told by Burton, the male love interest. And in the beginning, I did something a little bit unconventional, you might say, with his chapters because of his situation. And it was really fun collaborating with the other authors. So they are Gigi Bloom, Sophie Lee Robbins, and Anne William, and Ash Keller, and last but not least, Lindsay Deskanowski. I hope I said your last name right. I've read it and said it in my head so many times, but my apologies if not. So they also wrote romantic comedy, paranormal mashup stories. We have vampires, werewolves, another ghost, an alien. So it's been so much fun collaborating together. A little side note, any fellow writers out there, if you can get in the right group, it's really fun to do something like this. There's a lot of laughs as we chat back and forth, sharing our ideas and preparing and figuring out promotion and all this stuff. So yeah, I hope you check out Happily Ever Haunted and the other books that are. They're not in the same series. We just kind of did it around the same idea and sort of the same genre, mashup genre. So each of their stories stands alone and is purely their own. There's no overlap or anything like that. But I did leave a bunch of Easter eggs in Happily Ever Haunted from some of my other books. So you'll recognize, if you've read any of my other stuff, by either of my pen names, you'll recognize some locations, some characters, some situations, just a few things that were fun to sneak in there. Comedy paranormal mashup is not your cup of tea. Don't forget that the romance situation just came out on September 15th. So brand new series called Love, Laughs, and Mystery in Cocoa Key. And this is kind of another mashup, I guess you could say. So it's romantic comedy with a mystery subplot. So I said this in the last video, each of the books follows a brother and his love interest, and threaded throughout all 4 of the books in the main part of the series is a mystery that they have to come together and solve. Yeah, so the romance situation came out, so there's plenty of time for you to catch up on that story, Isla and Royal, and it's a Grumpy Sunshine. And the next book in the series will come out in December, so you can stay tuned for that. And of course you can pre-order. I always appreciate those. It means so much, like all of your support when you subscribe to my channel, when you like, comment, follow me on social media, subscribe to my regular email newsletter. All of it means so much to me, and I appreciate you all. And I just want to say a big, big thank you. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe, like, comment, and as my husband and I watch gardening videos on YouTube, and they always say, tap the notification bell. So that just means if I send, or if I put out a new video or any content on my YouTube channel, you will get an alert that tells you that it's there waiting for you to check out. So yeah, so last but not least, one more thing. I have been a busy beaver over here. One more thing is coming soon. I am going to have my own bookstore. I'm going to have an online shingle that I'm hanging up with books you can buy directly from Isla and Royal, and lots coming. So stay tuned for more coming from yours truly, and I'll be back on November 1st, as kind of my plan is to do the 1st and the 15th of each month with these video newsletter updates. We'll see how you like them. So anyway, again, thank you all, and be sure to subscribe, like, tap the notification bell,